get it. When the internet went crazy, followers started to go deeper and found the last man in the coffin. Someone found a previous Instagram story that showed simply MDC browsing through his phone the night the aforementioned video was recorded. Aside from a small detail, the room in the game looked exactly like the actual video, including the hotel, the drapes, and the decor. As if things couldn't get any worse, there was still another startling revelation. This footage wasn't simply leaked, it was intentionally made public, and the individual responsible was identified. Everyone knew without a word that this was more than gossip and that things were about to grow far darker. In Mendeecees, the evidence was rapidly mounting. The story started with an enigmatic Instagram post from an unidentified user that read, "Are you curious about who leaked it? Inquire with the woman in the video." People found out something startling just when they thought things couldn't get much worse. This footage wasn't simply leaked, someone really distributed it. When they found out who it was, everything changed. As soon as the internet exploded once more, admirers began connecting. The most surprising thing was when someone brought up Tasha Monroe in the comments. Screenshots eventually revealed that she was more than simply a fan. She was an influencer, a model, and, most importantly, someone I had previously met. When old pictures of the couple together at events and even on vacation started to surface online, people realized this was not the case. After a voice memo was leaked, what had initially been a one-time mistake became more troublesome. Tasha was talking to a buddy on social media when she made an unexpected post. "I threatened to ruin his life if he kept playing me. Now that everyone knows who he really is, the internet went berserk, even though he believed I was bluffing." However, this was not merely infidelity. Those seeking retribution were incensed. The internet's need for answers and Yandy's growing silence have long infuriated fans, but this is the reality. Mendeecees Harris, who is well known for his well-publicized marriage to Yandy Smith, is embroiled in a startling disagreement. A released video has gone viral on the internet. It claims to depict a private, intimate meeting between a female fan and a male DC in a hotel room. If this film is authentic, what does that mean for Yan's marriage and males in Washington, D.C.? That remains the most significant question. Watch as we examine every facet, unearth startling new allegations, and disclose the real nature of this widely reported dispute. It's unclear where this film came from. Some believe it was generated by artificial intelligence. Some believe it was released by the woman herself, and still others believe it was manufactured. Nobody had anticipated the released footage that shocked the internet. At first, it seemed like just another baseless rumor that would be forgotten within a few hours. But when the movie itself was made available online, everything changed drastically. It was brief, undeniably incriminating, and the man on the video bore a striking resemblance to Mendeecees Harris. Supporters were shocked to learn that the Mendeecees was involved in one of the biggest cheating scandals in modern history, had always spoken of devotion, and had always stood behind Yandy. Unaware that the moment would soon become worldwide, he was shown on the film relaxing in what appeared to be an opulent hotel room with fine furnishings. It wasn't immediately clear who the woman he was seated across from was or what she was trying to accomplish. I believe that it was either a fake altered or just someone who looked like him, even though people began to analyze every detail. Before they observed something far more damning, his hoodie, they spoke in a deep, familiar tone that they had heard many times before. Hours before the video was released, VC guys were seen wearing the same pricey gray hoodie on his own Instagram story. Everything became totally out of control after a few minutes. People tagged Yandy with trending hashtags like #MHSexposed and #WhyYandyServesBetter to see what she will do next. Yandy, however, did nothing and exacerbated the situation. Even stranger was the emergence of an enigmatic Instagram account. Yandy's admirers were aware that she usually responded quickly to accusations of infidelity, but this time she remained silent. The page had more than 50,000 followers within an hour of Dar al-Karma posting the first enigmatic statement that sparked a social media craze. After swarming to Bing and the comments section to offer evidence, Others posted pictures of purported direct chats between MCs and an unidentified woman who appeared in the messages. They remarked, "We have to keep this low and not trip, according to the male DCs." Angry, has this been going on? The key question is whether Yandy was aware that male DCs have parallel lives. The last hint followers needed to know Yandy was done was the sudden unfollowing of MD's Instagram, which had been empty for hours without any posts or stories. He wasn't ready to give up quickly though, and the same evening he went live on Instagram while wearing a worried look. He started to deny everything, his voice trembling. You guys genuinely think that the idea that you are tripping in that video is accurate, but the remarks were nasty and the fans weren't buying it. Bro, instead of lying on live, you should tell me about the hoodie. We're not dumb. Yandy was unfollowed despite the fact that the video was a fraud. BCS seemed anxious, but just as everyone was about to log off, he revealed shocking details about his own man. You don't even know the whole story. I know exactly who the guys who leaked the video are, and they were trying to set me up. Who was he referring to? Another twist, boom. Was it Tasha or some other person? After everything had been planned, he gave a name that no one had expected. Yandy's soft remarks came out again after a brief pause. How about they tell the truth? Are they men? This is something that men do, not DCs. He doubled down and glared straight into the camera, refusing to back away. Yandy set me up so that I wouldn't be caught. She had been trying to find an escape route. Even though you all believe I'm lying, the truth eventually surfaces. When it looked like things couldn't get much messier, Yandy went live, and her remarks made many wonder if Mindy was being a victim or if Yandy was really responsible for the entire situation. Said, completely flipping the narrative. The internet had just recovered from Mendeecees' stunning revelation when Yandy went L. The scenario was drastically changed by her statements. Her voice was calm, but she sounded serious on TV, her eyes slightly puffy as though she had been crying. She inhaled deeply and stared directly into the camera before saying the words that made all the difference. I haven't said anything out of respect because of lies. Someone who shouldn't have gone online blew up again, but it wasn't me. Mendeecees, you are fully aware of what you did and who leaked that film. To whom, if not to herself, was she speaking? But before anyone could even start to guess, she gave the world the name that left everyone in shock, Tasha. She wasn't acting alone either, as someone from our own circle boom helped her. Yandy leaned closer to the camera, her voice shaking with anger, but she was far from done. Do you want to discuss sit-ups and DCs for men? Let's discuss your actions. You believe that you could manipulate both her and me and still get away with it. Let's discuss it. What do you know? The truth has come to light because of your carelessness. They kept everything they said. Tasha was more than just a fan or a fleeting interest. You were seeing her behind my back for months. Since you had promised to leave me, she made sure you wouldn't play with her again after realizing she was just another toy. The comments were getting out of control, and none of the MDCs were playing any of them. He had 2 girlfriends and was also having an affair with Tasha. He thought he wouldn't be discovered until Yandy revealed the last secret. Curious as to who assisted her? Are you curious as to who authorized her to see the hotel security footage? Fans became alarmed when Samantha, who was meant to be family, came on screen following a brief blackout. After naming them, there was a lull followed by a commotion. When many discovered it was Samantha Wallace, MDC's former lover and the mother of his baby, they were shocked. She had accused M. Washington of leaving their child behind, and she and Yandy had been at odds for years. Yandy wasn't done either. She showed her receipts and disclosed that Samantha and Tasha had exchanged DS messages weeks before the communications that leaked the information in which Samantha was providing. When Samantha texted Tasha evidence, the internet went bananas, laughing that this would finally expose guys to DCs. A taped phone call between MC and Samantha a few days before the video's publication then exposed the final betrayal. Throughout the conversation, Samantha merely chuckled when MC remarked, "You're tripping. If this comes out, you know Yandy is going to leave me, right? Samantha has never forgiven you, Mendeecees, because of the way you treated her and made fun of her on television. She informed me that the money was always the issue, not just the infidelity. Strange sounds were coming to them. It was still unclear why Tasha and Samantha had conspired to bring him down. The final puzzle piece was then unveiled by Yandy. His well-thought-out retribution plan, which included more than simply elite film, had played straight into their hands. However, the story wasn't quite over because BC brought his own twist right when everyone thought they had heard it all, and his words would once again fundamentally alter the course of events. The internet was beginning to believe that this issue could not be solved when McSnally presented his results. He's going to tell a lie, boy? The video was already shown to us. What remains of the truth? Say psych now. All right, you all want to know the truth, fine. I'll tell you all the truth. But don't say I didn't warn you, the man said after he backed into a corner and peered into the camera for a few seconds during his Instagram live stream. He played in a low-controlled voice before saying something that nobody in the video had expected. Like me, others were confused by the situation, which was never what it appeared to be. And what was he discussing? Yandy wanted to act like she was a victim who had taken retribution, just like Samantha. You all had to stay up because this was about money and power, not about Samantha making amends with me or not cheating. Since you want to discuss the truth and betrayal, let's discuss why you met with Tasha prior to the recording being made public. Fans of Frozen question Yandy's knowledge of this. He wasn't done when he realized you were lying, and why. He showed screen captures of his personal invoices and text exchanges between. Be encouraged. Make sure you have the footage. We need people to believe it. Yandy and Tasha had been dating for a few weeks prior to the video going viral. The internet exploded. She wanted him apprehended since Lee was involved. But why, dude? This manipulation is quite smart, brother. You're still unaware that Yandy was going to abandon me? These black gaze drew nearer. This was more about her taking total control of the business than it was about me cheating. When he showed Yandy another text message, this one from Samantha, that read, "If we do this right, he'll have no choice but to leave everything behind." The internet went wild. I wouldn't even expect it at this point, Yandy replied. She set this up to harm him because his fans were obsessed with this style of things. Mindy noticed Yandy playing 4D chess and checkers. This was the cup from the beginning, dude. They had already plotted his demise, and he had just been freed from prison. NBC shook his head and sneered when you named me the nasty person. While Yami was out there acting like a freaking mafia leader, you guys set me up to take the fall till she could get away with dragging me about like a dog. There were comments everywhere, so I need a drink. Someone is taking notes. This should be available on Netflix by next week. Dee inhaled deeply and uttered, "You know why she actually did this? Due to the fact that she is already seeing someone else. She found another man, and there was utter turmoil after the silence. Oh, this is getting worse. We are naming names now." "Wooty Tia," he said, and then, with a look of complete disgust, he said, "It's Rich, because Yandy's old friend Rich Dallas has always been there and felt a bit too close to Yandy." Fans went crazy. He immediately stopped the live game after she had won by playing the long game. The internet was rocked, and nobody knew who to believe. Was I telling the truth, or had Yandy really set him up? Was Santa really helping her? Not wealthy, but near. The OLZ is not her companion. Rich is ready to take M's place. This was a soap opera, and I knew it. NYC stared straight at the camera. Don't you all think that this video was leaked? Was Tasha merely on pawn, or did MC play this game again? Some believe that MC was just trying to keep his dignity, while others believe that all of his claims were true. After Yandy regained consciousness and spoke about what she was about to say, this scandal would become even more bizarre. Online scandals have never been so disorderly, unpredictable, and explosive. Mendy seems to be the bad guy one minute, and then he claims to have been the victim all along. If what he said is accurate, he has been lurking in the shadows all along. There is disagreement among supporters on the veracity of Mendeecees' receipts. Some say he is merely reclaiming power by playing the blame game, while Yandy, the woman whom everyone felt had been deceived, is now being accused of orchestrating the downfall of Rich Dallas and her own husband. Do you believe the Mendeecees are fabricating excuses to get caught, that Yandy performed the best chess move ever, or that this whole controversy was staged from the start? Please share your thoughts in the space provided for comments below. This drama is far from over, so I promise that we'll be right here with all the most recent details as soon as Yandy speaks. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and activate notifications. Wild, hold off until you hear the news. Approaching